Mr. C.S. Ross is a hydrologist with the National Weather Service. Hey, Mr. Ross, welcome to KEEL. How you doing today? Happy New Year.
Oh, all right. Good morning, all.
Got to ask you about flooding concerns. What's the area you're most worried about today? I know y'all are going to have a big Homeland Security meeting later. What are you going to tell them?
Oh, down in southern Caddo Parish along Wallace Lake, as well as in Bossier City along Red Chute Bayou. Also, minor flooding is developed along Red River.
Okay.
Now, when we talked to Sheriff Prater last hour, he said for him, at least it seems, that the biggest area of concern is Wallace Lake, Southern Trace area, Norris Ferry Road, etc. That's what you're looking at. What kind of time frame are you looking at, and how bad could that be?
Not as bad as March of 2016. We're thinking about 156 feet during Saturday morning as a crest.
That sounds scary to me because I'm only 6 feet tall.
And yeah, what is flood stage there?
Yeah.
It's about 151 feet. During the floods of March of 2016, Wallace Lake crested at an incredible 160.27 feet. So it's about 4 feet lower than what occurred during March of 16.
We know the Red River's flood stage here at Shreveport's 30 feet. How close are we going to get to that?
About 28.5 feet occurring during this weekend.
Is this much rainfall? Is this kind of flooding unusual for this kind of this time of the year? It seems to me mostly this happens like March, April and stuff.
No, not at all. It's pretty typical during wet winters. We've had after our second wettest December on record, and the wettest December since 1884.
You know, you're a hydrologist. That's a lot of big words that I can't spell.
It's just one.
It's one. Yeah. It's
the study of water.
It's a lot of studying. You and I have talked before about the solution to the Red River problem. The sheriff told us this is going to happen over and over and more often and more often. Is dredging the answer? What is the answer if not?
I would think mediation and possibly building more reservoirs, but in this age, it's not going to happen. Reservoirs up north would help, especially along the uncontrolled tributaries of the Red River. That's not going to happen anymore. The days of reservoirs are over. So we have to practice mediation, getting people out of floodplains, but that's not so feasible either.
Just not to get way, pardon me, CS, not to get way off track. You say the days of reservoirs are over. I know why they don't build reservoirs in states like California, because they're kind of crazy green guys. Is that what you're hinting at for Louisiana too?
I just don't see it happening anymore, and I'm being frank about this, because the days of they're expensive, they take lots of money to maintain, and it's just not politically feasible anymore to build reservoirs like it was in the old days.
Would dredging even help here?
I don't think so. We've channelized the river here in downtown Shreveport, and also it's silted in about a foot since the operation of Lock and Dam 5 began in 1995.
So it is, and we're talking to C.S. Ross. He is a hydrologist with the National Weather Service. Is it your view that this is going to happen more often and get worse?
I don't think so. I think that we won't hit 30 feet or over more often than once every 10 years. Now, we had an active period during 2015 and 2016 when we breached the flood stage 4 times. But that's not unusual. That happened 3 times during 1957 and 1958. And we've controlled the Red River pretty well since 1990 and 1957 and 1958. There's a 32-year period where we didn't go above flood stage from 58 to 90. Then we had a 25-year period from 1990 to 2015. These things run in streaks, and I would expect a new streak to develop after 2016.
Can I give you a hot potato this morning?
Sure.
Okay. I crown you mayor of Shreveport.
Yes.
Do you abandon things like the dog park, Riverview Park, and just stop pumping money into them because you're going to end up having to clean it up and fix it up every year, spending more and more money every year. You're the mayor now. You're the mayor now.
Ultimately, it's a political decision. I don't take part in the politics of it. My predecessor did at times, but I don't.
So your message to them when they have their big confab today to talk about flooding is high caution, medium caution?
No, this is a typical development happening this time of year on Red River. We approach 28, 29 feet about once every 2 or 3 years, and this is typical.
All right, I'm not voting for you, by the way, FYI. Just
Wow.
heads up.
Thank goodness I don't run for political office now.
Thanks so much for your time. We appreciate it.
Thank you.